Hi and welcome to PharmaLife Education YouTube channel. In the series of biochemistry video, our next video was properties of proteins. So before going to properties of proteins, I like you to suggest to see the properties of amino acids because all the proteins was made up of amino acids. So whatever the reactions was given by the amino acids will be given by the proteins too. Right. Coming to the properties of proteins, so first one was physical properties. So first one under the physical properties was color and taste. Proteins are colorless and usually tasteless. They are homogeneous and crystalline in nature. And next one was shape and size. The shape and size was explained with an example in our last video called classification of proteins. So you just go through there and see this one in detail with an example. So here, based upon the shape and size, it was divided into two categories. One is globular and fibrillar. And next one was molecular weight. So proteins are generally having a molecular weight more than thousands because it is a combination of numerous number of amino acids. And next one was denaturation. Denaturation refers to the change in the properties of protein. In other words, it is the loss of biological activity. In many instances, the process of denaturation is followed by coagulation. And next one is amphoteric in nature. This was also explained in the properties of amino acids. What is this amphoteric in nature? A substance which can exist either as an positive as well as negative, it can be called as an amphoteric. So this is not having any charge here, they are having a neutral number of positive as well as negative charges can be called as an amphoteric, where we are going to call this one as an Zwitter ions too. And next one is ion binding capacity. So ion binding capacity of a protein is nothing but which can form salts with both cations and anions based on their net charges, because the amino acids having a negative charge in the form of carboxylic acid as well as positive charge in the form of amine. So this can be binding with a cation here and an anion here too. Next one is solubility. The solubility of proteins was purely influenced by the pH. So the solubility of amino acids was purely influenced by the pH because increasing amount of pH will be increasing the negative charge as well as decreasing amount of pH will be increasing the positive charge. So based upon the pH, the solubility will be varies. And next one is optical activity. Optical activity mean just go and see the stereochemistry. So here increasing of asymmetric carbon will be increasing the optical activity, but most of the amino acids which was used in the higher animals was levorotatory. Why levorotatory? Why not dextrorotatory? Because in the nature the amino acids or proteins was left as an levorotatory. That is the reason why the animals has been adopted for metabolism of this L proteins rather than D proteins. D proteins is also used by the lower organisms like microorganisms for their biological metabolism. And next one was coagulation. Coagulation is nothing but a process where denatured protein molecules tends to form large aggregates to precipitate from solution. That is what coagulation means, where it also loses its structural properties. And next one was chemical properties. So coming to the chemical properties, first one was hydrolysis. So proteins are hydrolyzed by variety of hydrolytic agents like acids and bases. If an acid is used to hydrolyze the proteins, then it will be leading to produce acidic salts, and if a base is used to hydrolyze, it will be producing basic salts of proteins. And next one was reaction involving in acid group, because all the proteins will be having one end of C terminal and and other end of N terminal. So this will be producing different types of reactions here. So reactions involving in C terminal was nothing but reactions involving in acid group. So these reactions was already explained in the previous videos. For example, reaction with alkalis, reaction with alcohols, reaction with amines. Reactions involving amine groups was also explained in the previous video called the properties of amino acids. And next one, reactions involving in both acid and amine groups. Example was ninhydrin reagent. By using of ninhydrin reagent was also explained in the previous video called properties of amino acids. Apart from that, we are having one more example called reactions involving in R group or side chain. This is very, very important and distinguishing from the properties of amino acids. So under that one, first reaction was Byreway test. Like Molly's test for carbohydrates, so Byreway test is considered as a test for proteins, right? Because this Byreway test was purely based upon the peptide linkage of the amino acids. So everyone knows that proteins are nothing but a combination of amino acids. So if you are calling this as an amino acid, and next this is an amino acid, and next this is an amino acid, so the bond which is formed in between the amino acid is nothing but a peptide bond. So here we are going to determine the peptide bond by using of this Byrewate reagent. So the other name for Byrewate reagent is nothing but P-Trotsky test, a very important bit for your GPAT examination. And coming to the structural reaction, so here is the peptide, the thing whatever I have explained here. This is the peptide bond. This is a peptide bond what we can call here. So this is a peptide bond. So the number of peptide bonds. So here between every peptide bond there will be a nitrogen. This nitrogen was very active. So this active nitrogen will be reacting with the copper ion to form a complex, which the complex will be looking a deep purple color. So remember that Byrewate reagent plus proteins is equal to purple color, right? And next one is xanthoprotic test. So xanthoprotic tests are used for determination of aromatic amines. So this one was purely based upon the nitration reactions. So here is a reaction. So this one was purely based upon the for the determination of aromatic amines. Aromatic means cyclic, right? So aromatic amines. So this aromatic amines will undergo nitration with the help of nitric acid to produce a colored compound called yellow color. So here whenever it was been, if you are getting a yellow color with this nitration reaction, and it can be confirmed by dissolving this solution in sodium hydroxide, which will be giving an orange color. So there is a confirmation again. So first of all, xanthoprotic test means sample plus nitric acid. If it was producing yellow color, that is a confirmatory test that presence of any aromatic amines. So here, if in case an aromatic amine has to be confirmed further, then you need to add sodium hydroxide. If it turns into orange color, then the confirmation can be done. And one more thing was, if you are dipping your nails or skin in this nitric acid, then that will leads to the formation of yellow color too, because our nails and skin consisting of aromatic amines. And next one was Milan's test. So Milan's test is used to determine phenolic group. So this is also example of a phenolic group too, right? So phenolic group. So here is the example of Milan's test. So phenol group. So here also the first step was nitration reaction. So Milan's, the phenolic group will react with the nitric acid. The phenol group will be reacting with the nitric acid in the presence of mercuric compound, because the Milan's reagent is nothing but mercury dissolved in nitric acid. The mercury reacted with dissolved in nitric acid. So when Milan's reagent was reacted with any phenolic group of amino acid, that will be producing an orange color substances. And next one was Sakaguchi test. Sakaguchi test is used for guanidino group. So what is this guanidino group? So guanidino group is nothing but if a carbon was attached to three different amines group, that we can call that as a guanidino group. So here is the example here. So here this is a guanidino group. So the compound which consisting of guanidino group was arginine. So the Sakaguchi reagents are nothing but alpha naphthol as well as sodium hypobromide. So this is sodium hypobromide. When the guanidino substances, guanidino functional group substances reacting with this alpha naphthol and sodium hypobromide, that will be producing a red color compound. This is a confirmatory test for guanidino group or arginine. And next one was nitroprusside test. So this nitroprusside test is a very important test to determine the sulfur hydryl groups. So sulfur hydryl group. So what happening here was nitroprusside will react with the compounds with sulfur hydryl groups, produce an intensely red color but somewhat unstable color. So this is what happens. So this nitroprusside will be reacting with the sulfur hydryl group to produce an red color complex. And next one, coming to the structure of this nitroprusside. So this consisting of iron as an metal as well as this was connected with nitrogen nitrogen. So this is the structure of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the structure of sodium nitroprusside. So where this was attached with two molecules of sodium. So this is the structure of nitroprusside. And next one was, so next we are going to see some color reactions of amino acids specifically, because we have already seen pyruvate reaction is for two peptide linkages, that's what we know. Ninhydrin will give all alpha amino acids, it will use alpha amino acids as well as amino acids too. And xanthoproteinic test, already we have seen this, it will be giving an answer for aromatic, so aromatic amino acids. And next one was Milon's reagent. Milon's reagent is used to determine phenolic group. Already we have seen this one. The example for phenolic group was tyrosine. And Hopkins-Cole reaction will use for indole ring. Example was tryptophan. And Sakaguchi test reactions will be giving the answers for guanidino groups which consisting of arginine. And nitroprusside reactions for sulfur hydryl group, example was cysteine and cysteine. And Paul's test gives the reactions with imidazole ring which is present in histine. So this table is very important for your bit paper as well as GPAT exam, because in 2019 supply exam in JNTU UK, there are three bits only based upon this particular table. So students, concentrate on this particular table, because they have asked questions like what is the specific test for amino acids which consisting of a phenol group. Then you have to write Milon's test, and you can see a small example in this here also. Dash is a good example of amino acid, acidic amino acid. So please comment the answer at the comment section. And next one was biological significance. So everyone knows that proteins are used for growth and maintenance of the body, and this biological significance also discussed in the classification of proteins. We can go and check here, classification of proteins. So there we have also given the examples for this particular one, examples for this particular biological significances, right? So growth and maintenance is a very important role of a proteins, and causes of biochemical reactions is nothing but the enzymes too, and acts as a messengers or nothing but hormones, provides structural proteins, maintains proper pH. So these amino acids will also maintains proper pH in the body. And next one is biological fluids. So in our body, some of the proteins will have a property to retain the water molecules. So that's how they are going to balance the fluids in our body. They are the boosters of immune health. So that's nothing but production of antibodies in our body. And next one was transports and stores nutrients. So these are also we have discussed with an examples in the classification of proteins. Provides energy. So last thing, so the cell will take energy from, first one was carbohydrates, second one was lipids, and third preference will be given to the proteins in the energy production. Right? I hope you have understood the classification of proteins as well as biological significance of proteins. If you are having any doubts, please comment on the comment section. And thank you for watching this video. Like, share, comment and subscribe to Pharma Life Education YouTube channel.